Alright guys, I am coming back with another werewolf build, an actually updated werewolf build from the past that I used to have on my channel, known as the Apex Werewolf, which originally was an Imperial pack leader werewolf. The build now has some few changes and I will be going over that, but the main reason I brought this build back is because some people have been suffering with their heals in battlegrounds and open world and just PvP in general. So the build is designed to be tanky, good damage, good survivability, and great max stam pool. At one time, this used to be the strongest werewolf build that I've ever designed, and it could probably still be that way if you run the proper monster sets, the proper potions and stuff like that. But anyway, I'll be going over champion points, gear, monster sets, morphs, and race, and obviously recommended classes for the build. Now, you could use any class for the werewolf, or at least for this werewolf build, but the best classes that I think will benefit you the best is going to be the Necromancer and the Warden. There's two reasons. The Warden and the Necromancer gives you the most health. They both will give you, 2,000 extra health. The Necromancer, I think, does a little more damage, so that might be the better option for the werewolf right now, or at least for this build. But right now I just have a Warden set up, so anyway, I'll be going over the stuff right now. The first set, Plague Doctor. Yes, the reason I brought Plague Doctor back is, like I said, max health pool, so you can pull more heals. Obviously, this is going to be a dual wield build, but you can also do one-handed shield or two-hander. It doesn't matter, which one you want. But I did this so you can get the 5 heavy, 1 light, and 1 medium. Or you could run a one-handed shield for the extra tankiness and a little more extra resource but less damage, so you'll be aware of that. Alright, so Plague Doctor will pretty much give you the strongest flat heal based upon your health. Some people have mentioned green pack for the extra health recovery, but the health pool is actually still lower, so I would recommend Plague Doctor in this situation. Second set, Hulking Draugr. This is this is a no-brainer for all werewolf builds in my opinion. PvP just in general, because you need all that max stamina to pull more damage, or at least more throw more abilities out there and combination them better. You'll be able to roll dodge and stuff like that. You'll have more stamina to do so. And obviously you need to have the Nurnhold enchant and the weapon damage enchant. Not Nurnhold enchant, Nurnhold trait, weapon damage enchant there. You also want the Shock Glyph to proc minor vulnerability on people, so you do more damage to them. Your obvious back bar is the Asylum Greatsword. This is a no-brainer. You use this just to gain ulti and stuff like that on a group of adds or a low health player by just having execute from the 200 skill line. Monster sets, Mighty Chuden, Engine Guardian, and Troll King is your best options. You could use these other ones here like Molokina, Slimecraw, and Bloodspawn, but Mighty Chuden, Engine Guardian, and Troll King are the best. Engine Guardian against ranged players, Troll King is just better all health recovery against other werewolves, which you kind of benefit better with. You can survive longer with Troll King when you're fighting other defile wolves and stuff like that. Mighty Chuden just gives you extra resistances, but we have it here for temporary purposes to show you for the build. You want to do impen on every piece, but my belt's infused, but in your case you want to do impen, but you can probably keep it infused if you want. But you also want to put impenetrable on all body pieces. This is a must, but in my case I have it infused, which I might end up changing this to an impen, but yeah. Oh, and one other thing, you need a Hakijo everything, tri-stat everything, even your jewelry. Your jewelry needs to be triuned as well, so you can have the best max resources in all 3 pools. Alright, so you want the increased physical glyphs for your jewelry. That is obviously the most, because I released the build with hulking, so obviously that hasn't changed. So yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go over the Warden skills. It's just like my last video released, just the same old setup. Resolving Vigor, Shimmering Shield. Shimmering Shield is the block incoming damage. Bull Nets for your brutalities, and it also purifies negative effects sometimes. Green Lotus, this actually will keep you alive because you can spam heavy attacks in between, and even if you proc that in Werewolf, you have extra healing power for a little bit with your melees. With your heavies, actually. And I think your melees as well. Your lights, too. Alright. An Ice Fortress to give you minor protection and extra physical and spell. But you might shoot in, but you probably, when you get debuff, you need to reapply it anyway. Your back bar is just a basic two-hander setup. The only thing you need here is execute. You really do not want to fight off your back bar, so. And have Onslaught, but since you're going to be running in Cyrodiil or Battlegrounds, you might as well just put Barrier on there. Or Warhorn. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Alright, so let's go over the Werewolf bar too. Werewolf Berserker, this is a must. You can use Pack Leader, you'll be a little tankier, more utility. So if you want to opt out for the tanking, lose the damage for the tankiness, go Pack Leader. It will work for this build, and you can also kill people with this as well. Feral Pounce, the other Pounce is just garbage in my opinion. Don't even waste your time with it. This one keeps you in wolf form longer, and you'll need that in most situations. Herstein's Fortitude, this is the stronger heal of the two. You could do Rage, but you're going to be losing about 3,000, 4,000 heal, which might be crucial in certain fights. So Fortitude is the better heal for this build, because this build is meant to survive longer and be able to tank heal better. Ferocious Roar, off balance, so you can get more stamina back from heavy attack. You can also use Deafening, which will give you a little more extra damage on the opponent, but either one will work. Howl of Agony, this is your bread and butter. When you fear a target, you just spam your howl and you hit them. Claws of Anguish, you need this for Defile, so you can nerf people's heals. Because Claws of Life is pretty good too, but in most situations, it can let you down if you're not pulling enough damage on them. And you need all your passes in Werewolf. The most important one, Savage Strength, Blood Rage, Pursuit. Call of Pack if you're running with a group, but I recommend to get every passive. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you the champion points real quick, or at least what I have so far set up for this build. Alright, on the blue tree, you're going to have 56 mighty, 51 piercing, 56 to increase physical damage, 51 piercing to increase your physical penetration. Most important passive is Exploiter. The other ones don't really matter. Last Stand, if you want to get Last Stand, just kind of remove your CP, move your CP around. But the most important passive here is Exploiter, because when you obviously fear them, make them off balance, you do more damage to them. 81 Master at Arms and 39 Physical Weapon Expert. 39 Physical Weapon Expert increases your light and heavy attacks to Wolf and your human form as well. 81 Master Arms to increase your physical damages or your physical tooltips from effects from abilities like Howl of Agony, Claws of Anguish, and Pounce. Really, those are the really only ones that get affected in Werewolf form. Your light and heavy attacks do not scale from Master at Arms at all, I don't believe. Butcher is probably the most important, and Tactician here. These two, I think, are the ones you need the most. Alright. And then I put 43 Bless to increase your healing power in general. Alright, in the green, 66 Tumbling, so you can roll dodge more. 15 Defile, so you have stronger Defile effects on people so they can't heal as much. 75 Tenacity, so you get more stamina back when you do heavies. Most important one here is probably Master Gatherer. Alright. And the tower, 56 Warlord, so your break frees are easier. I noticed it's kind of a lot harder to break free this patch, so do 56 Warlord and then 23 Siphoner to reduce some ice recoveries. 61 Ironclad to reduce incoming damage, and then 47 Resistant to increase or decrease incoming crit damages or crit damage modifiers. Alright, 64 Hardy and 64 Elemental. I noticed some magic ability is pretty hard, so I went 64 Elemental Defender, 64 Hardy. I haven't really ran into any OP dot builds yet, so I went 34 Thick Skinned. Most important passive here is Unchained, and then obviously Critical Leech. Alright, that is it for the champion points. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like buffed in human form and then werewolf form. So human form right here. Alright, about 38, but when you activate a heal, it will go up to 41.8. Decent stats there. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you guys that you are also a Dark Elf, like I said before in my last video, to increase your max mag and max stamina, because Werewolf has a increased cost on mag pool now, so that max mag will actually kind of negate that effect. And then you have weapon damage, passive. Alright, now the other race you can use would be an Imperial, would probably be second best for this build, probably would be the first best to be honest, but I have a Dark Elf right now. And then your third would be Orc, and then a Nord. Alright, so let me go and show you the human form buffed again. 30,444 weapon damage, decent max stam pool. Recoveries are just not great, but you can also get different Mundus Stones and stuff like that. And obviously the Mundus Stone I'm using in this video is the Warrior. You can go Tower or the Lord to increase your health. You can do mag recoveries. You do anything you want really to kind of tweak it to your own style. But this is what I'm using. 41 HP when you're buffed with the certain passive for your Warden. Alright, I'm going to show you what it looks like in Werewolf. Let me run over here. 4,090 weapon damage, 47 max stamina and 41 HP, and then 21,000 max mag. Alright, let me see how many heals that you'll basically waste with this build. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 heals with this build. So you effectively have 4 heals with this Werewolf setup. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get to the Battlegrounds gameplay I had with this build. And I hope y'all enjoy. This is my second build for the patch. It's an old build I brought back, the original Apex Werewolf.
So much gonna light it up right now. Show you that you never put me out. So give it up right now. Cause I'm gonna burn it down, 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 down. Silence and the effects left. You think it's dangerous the way you spend your life. Just keep saying my name cause you're making me famous. And now you realize light it up right now. Don't ever put me out. I'm gonna light it up right now. And show you that you never put me out. So give it up right now. Cause I'm gonna burn it down, 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 down. I'm gonna light it up right now. Show you that you never put me out. So give it up right now. Cause I'm gonna burn it down, 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 down. Burn it down. Open your mouth to flood it. Ain't no one else who's done it. I know you think you heard these words before, but you know nothing. If you're so good at something, that's in my verse. I'm gonna burn it down, 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 down.
While the skies are falling down from me,